Ever felt like a secret was slowly draining the life out of you, making you an invisible outcast? Imagine 12 relentless years of that silent suffering. In ancient Israel, one woman lived this nightmare, her very touch considered unclean. What drove her to risk everything for a single, desperate act? For over a decade, her body betrayed her, but it was the crushing weight of isolation that truly defined her existence. Every day was a tightrope walk of shame, a constant fear of contaminating the very air around her. Society's rules were brutal, and her condition painted her as untouchable, a living ghost in her own community. Can you fathom that kind of loneliness, that utter lack of hope? Doctors had taken her last coin, offering nothing but empty promises and worsening symptoms. Her body was failing, and her spirit was fading. Every remedy had been a dead end, every sunrise a reminder of her incurable plight. Just when the darkness felt absolute, a whisper began to travel through the dusty streets, the name of a man called Jesus. Stories of impossible healings, of a compassion that defied social norms, of a power that seemed to bend reality itself, these tales ignited a fragile ember of hope within her. Could this be it? Could this man, this Jesus, be the lifeline she had prayed for in her darkest hours? Fear warred with that tiny spark. Unclean as she was, daring to approach him felt like a sacrilege. Yet, the whispers spoke of crowds, of people pressing against him, eager for his touch. A daring thought took root. What if she didn't need his direct touch? What if just brushing against the edge of his cloak, the very hem of his garment, could be enough? It was a long shot, a desperate gamble fueled by a faith as fragile as a butterfly's wing, but it was all she had left to hold on to. Heart pounding like a trapped bird, she navigated the dense throng. Bodies pressed against her, oblivious to the silent plea in her eyes. Inch by agonizing inch, she drew closer, her breath catching in her throat. And then, finally, her trembling fingers brushed against the rough fabric of his cloak. In that single, fleeting contact, the impossible happened. A jolt, a surge, a feeling of wholeness she hadn't known for over a decade flooded her body. The relentless bleeding stopped. Instantly. She was healed. But the story doesn't end there. Jesus, in the midst of the pressing crowd, stopped. Who touched me? His question hung in the air, met with bewildered stares from his disciples. How could he not know in such a crush? The woman, now trembling with a mixture of fear and overwhelming gratitude, knew she couldn't remain hidden. She stepped forward, fell at his feet, and poured out her story, the years of suffering, the desperate act of faith, and the instantaneous healing. And Jesus, his eyes filled with a profound kindness, looked down at her and spoke words that shattered her isolation forever. Daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace. More than just a physical cure, she received acceptance, dignity, and a peace that had eluded her for so long. Her desperate touch, born of unwavering faith, had not only healed her body but had also restored her soul. This ancient story echoes through time, reminding us that even in our deepest struggles, a touch of faith can unlock unimaginable healing and freedom. Jesus, then and now, sees beyond our burdens and offers a hope that transcends our circumstances. What invisible burden are you carrying today? What silent struggle feels like it's draining your life force? Take a moment and share your story in the comments below. Let's create a space of shared hope and offer each other strength through prayer. Your story might be the spark that ignites hope in another heart. Drop your challenges in the comments. Let's stand together in faith.